This video is disseminated by Goat Industries.
Welcome to Stock Therapy with Penny Queen. Today I have Chief Revenue Officer Craig Schneider with Goat Industries. Welcome to the show. I know you've got an exciting news release for us today, and I know that investors cannot wait to hear. So tell me what it's all about.
Penny, thanks for having me. It's great seeing you again. So we're really excited about this with BetSource. We have, through our friends at Ombe Media, we were connected with a large sports entertainment venue within the US that has been around for a long time, and they were really looking at what they do. They are phenomenal at putting on live events, and they wanted to enhance their customer journey, both through their stream that they put out, and then, on the nights that they're not doing anything live, they wanted to do something great for their customers and open up the facilities for, a litany of other fun events that they could put on. So we're going to actually help them in two different ways. So let's tackle the first one. BetSource is going to be coming in and taking over their advertising platform for the live events. This is great because it's right in our wheelhouse for our Cedar package, which, again, for folks that aren't familiar with the Cedar package, it's all based on content, engagement, data, advertising, and revenue. This is really just going to focus on the data and advertising side. So by taking over their advertising platform, we're going to be creating a whole new revenue stream for them that they really didn't think about before, but could really help let them reinvest in their own facility or whatever they want to do with the money. But for them, it was a no-brainer because we're going to be doing all the heavy lifting, and they're going to be able to still run their content and their production the way they normally would. And it should be a pretty seamless transition. So we're really excited about that. This stream hits an estimated 10,000 endpoints, really focusing on OTBs and sports bars. So it's a big audience for the advertisers that are looking to find placement. So match made in heaven there. And then on the in-house piece, again, the Cedar package is going to be taking over the nights where they don't have any live content going on. And we're going to be coming in and putting on things with our streaming package, like a bare knuckle fight night. Open up their bars, let folks come in and experience a great night. There'll be some fan engagement, different advertising and revenue opportunities, all around how to make that such a cool thing that they really weren't thinking about before. So unwrapped all that, we'll be able to capture a lot of customer data. So again, for any of these businesses that are looking to really understand their customer journey, it's going to be all through the data, right? How their folks are coming in, where they're spending their money, what's working, what's not. And for us, this is great because we now know not only is this relevant to our clients, but it's a repeatable model that we can take to, a ton of different clients along the way. And for this package alone, depending on the fill rate, it's going to be an estimated advertising inventory value, over $4 million. So there's a lot of really good things that we're excited about for this client. And just for us, that's what it's all about, creating value right away for our clients and, existing and new.
Right. So you hit quite a few interesting things there. I think my favorites were, estimated 10,000 endpoints. And for anyone who doesn't, OTB is off-track betting. So off-track betting, sports bars, that's a very rich environment for ads, and at least in my opinion. And then you said about up to 4 million in ad inventory at 100% fill rate. So that's a big production for something that's a repeatable model. So bravo.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really excited. Again, not to repeat myself, but I think one of the main things that we really focus at BetSource is creating value day one for our customers. And I think by coming in and, using things like, data, advertising, content, and creating value to their existing customers and letting them get, also taking that to expand to get new customers is something that our clients really appreciate. And the fact that we now see this live really takes everything that we've believed and held true for BetSource, and seeing it come to fruition has been great. So we're really excited about this.
Right. I'm excited too. And that was definitely worth repeating. So this contract is great commercial validation. And I know that the company's goal is 7.5 to 10 million in annual recurring revenue for 2026. Can you talk to me about that pipeline?
Yeah, we feel really strong about the pipeline now that we're really getting traction in a bunch of different areas, stuff that we didn't even think about when we first started to launch the Cedar package, but we know now that it's adding value with properties that really weren't on our radar in the beginning. It validates the point that we do have something great here, and it does create a lot of value to our customers almost immediately. So yeah, we feel really strong about where we're going right now.
Now, when you come in and you bring in those engagement, all that entertainment along with it, what kind of uplift can the facility see?
So, I mean, look at it this way. These are nights where the facility would have been shut down, right? So there was nothing else going on with their live content. So for us, let's take some of the content that we own the rights to, the streaming rights to, bring it in-house, and then start to help them market around there's other reasons to come to the facility besides what it normally does. And it brings awareness. It brings a whole new audience base that may not have realized that the facility was there, because now the content that we're streaming in on these new nights brings a whole different audience to play. So it creates revenue that just wasn't there before, but could have been. So again, our Cedar package can be sold as a complete thing if you want the content, engagement, data, advertising, revenue, or if you really want to just focus on the advertising and the data piece, we can parse that out as well. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing about our product at BetSource, because we can skin this a lot of different ways. And as long as we're creating value for the customers, that's all we really want to do. And then they'll be coming back for more. And the word gets out fast. It's a big industry that is really captured in a small voice, because word gets out fast. So if you are able to create this value and get the word out there, new clients will come.
So when you talk about some of that entertainment that you can bring in, first thing that comes to mind is BKFC. And last time I talked to Hank, I interviewed him, and it was right before Knuckle Mania. So can you tell me how that went, the app deployment? I mean, that's pretty big things going on.
Yeah, Knuckle Mania was phenomenal for Bare Knuckle and what will be for the app going forward. It's they're growing so fast, and their audience is absolutely ravenous about the product. So Knuckle Mania was tremendous for them. I think they broke their own record as far as attendance. They had millions of views for the live stream. It was phenomenal. So for us, that's great, because as we start to promote the app and get more subscribers excited about the app and everything that it pertains, it goes hand in hand. Also, with the streaming that we want to do within a lot of these venues that we're bringing the Cedar package to, it's the same thing, right? It's folks that aren't going to get a chance to see the event live that night. Well, great, let's throw a BKFC party at one of these venues and get folks excited about the sport and everything that it brings. And it's a win-win for both parties. So they've been a great partner. If you're really going to go to market with a content strategy, having Bare Knuckle be part of that is huge.
Well, yeah, Bare Knuckle's huge too. And I know a lot of people, especially people who are interested in MMA, that's a very wide audience. Bare Knuckle's growing. It's ironically a much safer sport, but currently about 35 million followers of BKFC on social media. So to be embedded in their app that's very impressive for such a small company. I've just got to say. But it also, I was talking to an investor earlier this week, and they had some questions for me about where do I download Goat's app? And I was like, that's not how it works. Trying to explain that it's, this technology layer. So you get embedded into other people's technology, and you're providing them this platform. So what a great example, come out with something so big and then be able to bring that in with the Cedar package to so many other groups.
Yeah, so the coolest part about what we do is our tech is all behind the scenes, right? The stuff that we're bringing to fruition for the app and the things that we bring to our other clients, it's never things that you really see that are in your face, but you see the end result, and that's really all that matters, right? As long as we are creating value on that side of it, and the tech that we use and the process that we bring really do create that seamless structure, and it makes what we do repeatable And that's the whole part of it, right? We don't want to recreate the wheel every time we go talk to a new client. And everyone wants something a little bit different to a certain degree, and that's okay. But we can't recreate the product and the tech behind it every time. So this is a one of the strongest points for BetSource is the fact that we making something repeatable, making something easy to consume for our customers is tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the business model, having that Cedar menu, I think is very great. And also having, I kind of want to talk a little bit about access. I just want to talk about OMBE because I've heard the name a lot and I just want to understand that relationship a little bit more.
Yeah, OMBE has been a tremendous partner for us at BetSource. They are, they're a tribally owned company that works with not just the tribes, but either the tribes or folks that are looking to bridge a relationship with different tribes around the U.S. And they hit the mark on healthcare, on construction, on sports, on entertainment, media. So for us, they're great because they are a trusted name. They do some tremendous things, with the work that they do. And for us, when you're going to go to market with somebody, you want to make sure that you are, talking with somebody that your customers are going to trust, and they're going to deliver the best product, and that you don't have to be looking over your shoulder on what they're doing all the time, because a lot of the times it's your reputation gets out there pretty fast. So for us, having them side by side has been tremendous. They are a great partner in everything we do here.
Perfect. I think that makes a lot of sense, and it's nice to have that kind of trust in that industry. And especially, if you're working with a good partner, the fact that they're choosing to work with you says more. Well, I think I can say, along with other shareholders, I'm really excited to see the development here. And I am more than happy to have you back on next time you've got news. So
yeah, always great to see you. Always great to see you, Penny. Thank you so much.
Great to see you. Thank you.